Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realness with three S's, also being streamed live on Entertainment in Color. I'm your host, Francis, with Miss TJoy, my co-host for the Real Love Boat up top. How are you doing today, Miss TJoy? And happy Halloween.
I'm good. How
That's
are
good.
you?
I'm pretty good. Losing my voice a little bit. I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. We also have Mika here. How you doing today, Mika?
I'm good. Excuse all the makeup. I just started working on my content for Halloween for tomorrow. So
Oh, anything that we can look forward to?
I'm just gonna do maybe one or two TikToks. That's it. But
All
you'll see
right,
it
one or
tomorrow.
two
Oh,
TikToks. Fun, fun,
okay.
fun. I love some content creation happening right before our eyes. So, thank you for being here, both of you, to talk about Feel the Heat of the Real Love Boat. So, what are our overall thoughts of this episode, Miss T Joy?
I think this one had a little more spice. This episode had a little more spice with the two extra women coming in. I mean, we knew some things were going to happen. We had called some things before they happened. So it is kind of still predictable, but it was a little more spice.
A little bit more spicy. Mika, what are your thoughts? You got some of it right. So, what did you feel that you got right about what was going to go down?
We called Nathan. We called Dean. Called Jordan. Although he did do what he should have. So a lot of correct callings we've been making on this show. That being said, it was an okay episode for me. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't terrible.
Is that what we want now? It wasn't terrible. So I was watching TV, and I want you to tell me if this is who I think it is. So I'm just gonna play it on my phone, so hopefully it won't flag me. But hold on, let's get this volume up.
I like that your phone case looks like a camera. I was like,
Oh,
is that a camera?
it's the phone case. Okay, hold on. Let's just get this. Play. Why won't you play? Okay. Yeah, so naturally, we don't know that if I'm they're twice as cute together, but now we've got stains. Wait, show her, damn it. Is it our girl?
Oh, is that Shaylin?
Yes, that is Shaylin. Get it, Shaylin. Okay.
That was for you in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Get it, Shaylin. Okay, that was definitely her. That was definitely her.
I was like, is that our girl? Is that our girl?
That's our
Shaylin?
girl. That's
So
our girl.
I want to share it with you to know that she's getting some other work here in Canada, since you guys are in the States, so you don't get to see Canadian
Right.
commercials. So I spotted that, and I definitely took a little video, which was really fun. I've actually seen it before. I think the show came on, and it didn't click that it was her. That it, you know what I mean? It was just like a commercial. And now that like we're watching the show, I was like, wait, I think that's her. So
That was
I
her.
thought that was kind of fun. Although
Yeah.
Shaylin did comment on about the socks. Apparently Daniel was like, just told her to get in the damn tub, and so that's why she went into the tub with the socks on. So she definitely
He was
had
trying
that
to
going on.
win. He was trying
Yes.
to win. He was like, we ain't got time for you to take them socks off, get in this tub.
Jelly
I
Donuts
can't
is-
blame him.
You can't what? Wanting to win?
I said I can't blame him though. That they needed that win.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They need to go all the way. So Jelly Donut is here. We thank the show for flopping in ratings. Give us the Amazing Race at 9 p.m. Oh.
Now, Jelly Donut.
So we did hear that the show is moving to Paramount Plus. What are our thoughts about that move? Or is it Peacock? Sorry.
No, it's Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. It's Paramount Plus. I think I just felt like, I mean, what are they gonna put at 10 o'clock? They could have just kept it just for the season. They could have kept it. I mean, it's not like the Amazing Race wasn't getting the ratings. that coming on at 10 o'clock. It's not like people were like, I'm not gonna stay up till 10 o'clock to watch it. They could have just kept it sandwiched in just for the season. I mean,
well, and in Canada, The Amazing Race comes on at 7. So I usually watch The Amazing Race at 7 anyways. If I want to watch it on a US channel, like it will come on at 10.
okay.
But I have been watching it at 7 p.m. instead. So they could just do that too, right? I mean, I guess it would maybe be competing against Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, but like, I don't know.
I mean,
wow.
what is it, Wednesday? So is it competing against the challenge?
The challenge is always competing against Survivor at 8.
Okay. And then what else is on? Oh, it's competing against, I think, Abbott Elementary, because I have not been able to watch the episodes because I'm watching this, which is not it's not good. That is doing really well in the ratings. That being said, I think they should have actually aired this during the summer. I think it would have done well. I think it would have done well in the summer. I think a lot of people, like, look at us. We're watching 4 hours of Bachelor in Paradise per week, but that's because we have to recap it. Then on top of that, we're watching this. It's a lot, and we just came off 2 Love Islands. There's gonna be a Love Island come winter. It's a lot. People want to watch scripted in the fall. They want to watch. They don't want to watch another reality show about love. They'll rather watch people fight on Survivor and Amazing Race and The Challenge. That's my opinion of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think it could be a good move for them to move over to Paramount Plus, because then they might be able to get a little bit more raunchy, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more real. I do love the elements, as I mentioned last week, of it being a kind of like funny, and I really wanted Rebecca and Jerry to lean into that funny, and I felt that they weren't utilized that much this episode, which I wanted to see a little bit more of them personally. But I think that if they move to Paramount Plus, they can make it a little bit more not PG-13, a little bit more, not like it's gonna be R-rated, but just a little bit more saucy, and I think that would be helpful.
See what's happening in the suite. Little more dates. I mean, they really need to do more dates, and then they really need to like get. I think get a better cast. I think a lot of
a better cast,
because I think a lot of it, when I'm talking to other people, they're saying the same thing. What do these people want? We're not understanding is this supposed to be like Bachelor in Paradise, where it's kitschy, but you're supposed to find your forever person on here? Or is it supposed to be like Love Island, where it's silly sometimes, but you could find a long-term partner or not? Like, you know what I mean? You could come out of it with somebody, or you could come out of it learn about yourself to date better in the future. What is the point? I think that's also something they need to nail down. What is the point of the Love Boat? Because right now it just feels like a bunch of singles on a vacation, and I'm not sure that's working.
Right.
Yeah, and like I personally feel like some people are on the show for love, and some people are on the show to be on the show, and some of them people are on the show for the money, and so it's not really all lining up. And I think that that's also why it's not working. Like, everybody that is on the show needs to be on the show for the same mission in order for it to work. And then I agree with both of you that there hasn't been enough dates. And I don't find it compelling to have the new person be left on the port. Like, it doesn't really do anything for me. It's like, okay, well, so we're gonna see this couple that we know that doesn't really like each other, but they just know each other a little bit better, like hanging out a little bit longer. But this new person who potentially could have maybe worked with a guy that was left on the port the week before, or a guy that's going to be coming next week, is left on the port because they haven't had much time with these people. Like, it's not working for me. If they're trying to make love connections, is not happening. And all the potential connections are being separated for the most part. So yeah, I think that they need to figure out who they are as a show and really follow through with that with casting.
Right.
So they're in the port of Rome, and we hear Dean wants to see Nicole's personality. Do we want to see Dean's personality? Because I don't.
He doesn't have one except for it being goofy. He just, I just don't. I don't know why I think of Carrot Top when I see him. It's weird. I don't know. But I knew immediately when they brought that other girl in and they were doing her package. I knew immediately. Okay, that's who he's gonna pick. I mean, it was so predictable.
Yeah, I was like, he was one to talk. I was like, that's actually very funny. Very.
So Kendra is nervous about Jordan and maybe Jordan wanting to jump to the next girl, and it's like, yeah, Kendra, he's that type of guy. Like, we talked about it many times. I said it many times. I don't feel like he gives off, let's lock this guy down in a relationship. Like, he's just not that type of guy. And so it was just very surprising that she's going all in on this one to like always be nervous that he's going to dump her. Like, it's strange.
Yeah.
Very
but I think she's used to that cycle of being with a man that she has to be territorial over, and then if women are looking at him, she has to, kiss him to let them see, no, he's mine. Or if he's talking to somebody, she has to go over there, or she's the person that's messaging under his picture when you're messaging about how cute he is. She's the one that answers you back, but he got a woman. She just comes off as that type, that's her cycle of toxicity, and she's used to that in a relationship. That's how she comes off. She likes it.
Oh, Kendra? You think Kendra?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I got that. I think it might be just this situation because she did take him from somebody, and then he is not.
Now you got him.
Yeah, and he's also not been known to be the most faithful person he admits. So I don't know if that's her in dating as a whole. I think it might just be her in this situation.
Well, regardless, she's allowing herself to be in the situation, which I don't know. I feel like I think she's a beautiful girl. I think that she potentially has a lot to offer. I wouldn't be putting my eggs in the Jordan basket personally.
Right.
It was just not me. Daniel, though, says Shay is bae right now, 95.9%, which I thought was cute. Shay also feels really connected to Daniel. And so I like them two together right now. At least they're expressing an interest in each other with like when they're talking to each other.
What are y'all doing? What's the problem?
When they're separate as well. They both those times they're kind of speaking fondly about each other, and I like that. I like that they like each other. Why can't we get more couples like this?
Exactly, and it's like they like each other, right? And he's like, she's bad, but it's still really cute to see, and it's not dry and boring like Emily and Mark. It's not like dry like that. Like, that they're committed to each other, but it's still some spice to it. I don't know. I think it's cute. I think it's cute.
Mm-hmm. So Alyssa wants to stay on the boat, but the girls thinks that him not opening up to her is a bit of a red flag and that he's not interested. And it's like, true. He's not interested in you, Alyssa. Like, well, I don't know why she is trying to make fetch happen. He's just not that into you at all. And he's not even being subtle about it. Like, I think He's very, very clear that he's not interested in her. And it seems to me, and I think even with this episode, that he doesn't want to necessarily take a risk on someone else because he doesn't want them to ditch him, but they think that Alyssa will keep him. And so I think that's strategically, that's why he keeps on choosing her.
Me too.
Because he wants to stay on the boat.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not a fan of Nathan. Mika, any thoughts about Nathan? Is he your favorite guy?
With Nathan, so he literally called her his friend. Of course, he didn't say that to her. He said that to the other guys. Which also, how much time are these people actually spending with each other? Because usually if it's like a Love Island or get back to the person, to have gotten back to her is crazy.
No,
We
I
might want to
wonder
pause
how much
in and
time
pause
That
they've
out,
been spending
Mika.
together too.
Your sound is kind of not matched, so it's being a little bit choppy. So maybe you want to just pop back out and pop back in, just to see if we can
okay, hold on.
recalibrate it. Do you love Nathan, Miss TJoy?
No, and I was getting what she was saying. I have too wondered how much time are the couples spending together, because I feel like, even when the cameras aren't rolling, even when they're not having tasks, are they going to each other's rooms? Are they, on the phone? Are they like, meet me at bingo at 7 a.m. so we can play together and connect even when the cameras aren't rolling? Because that seems to be where the lack of chemistry and understanding. And what she was saying, I guess, is like, how could this not get back to Alyssa? Like, he only sees you as a friend, girl. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? But like you said, I feel like they have an understanding. We want to stay to the end. We got to keep choosing each other, whether we feeling each other or not.
I mean, if they're playing the game, then I'm not going to behoove them for it because there's money on the line. So it makes them have a reason to want to play the friendship boat. That's just fine. It is what it is.
But that's the thing. Like, I wish it was that they were playing the game. She seems to think that he does like her in some way, and I don't feel like that's like, no. And she got played last week because she really should have picked the other guy.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So we see Marty and Emily having a little bit of a chat, and he loves rom-coms, and he's crying about love, and she hasn't told him yet that she is a virgin. So we know that this is what's going to probably happen this episode. I was like, okay, so this episode is the Virgin Talk episode. When is it going to come? So Paolo organized a challenge. We see Rebecca and Jerry introducing it, and they're going to take away their sight and sound. And they ask the question first, and like, oh, so how many men are here? And Daniel says, 5 men. And how many women are there? And someone says 5, and he's like, oh, that's wrong. It's 7, because 2 more women are going to be joining them. We have Mila, who is 30, owns a yacht broker company, and Sarah, 27, who is a travel agent. Obviously, both of them beautiful women. I thought Mila at 30, I'm like, all the guys there are 24. I just don't see that really working. And she presents adult to me.
Yeah. Hello.
I just felt that she would always seem like teacher, mom, in comparison to the energy that we're getting from most of the guys that are there right now. So I was like, that's not going to work. Sarah, obviously a little bit older too, but I think that she could fit in a little bit better. But both, like, why aren't they thinking about ages?
That's what I'm saying. I know younger people are so much easier and quicker to sign up for reality TV shows, but if you are looking for the love boat, like you're looking for love connections, you need to go 27 and older. That's just my opinion. That's when people start really getting serious about love. Like, I'm thinking about getting married and settling down. I mean, I do know that Daniel is, I think he's 26 or something, 25, 26, but he's already been engaged before, and he does seem like he has an old soul and is ready. But you really got to find people who are ready for that. And at 22, 24, like, we still playing. Like, what's up? We going to the club. We want to find a sneaky link maybe, but not, I don't know if we're trying to get married, so I just felt like that those women were good for the show if it was really about the love boat, but because we dealing with younger people, it wasn't gonna work with Mila.
Absolutely. And I mean, I feel like some of these people would be better cast on like a Too Hot to Handle, or
Yeah.
even Love Island, where they have more time, and like they want young, beautiful people on an island, and so that's the show that they will create. Fine. Like, obviously, we played about when we are recapping it, being like, if they want them to find love, like make them be a little bit older. But this one, we're calling it the real love boat. We think they're trying to make real love connections, and then they're putting women who are older with men that are younger. It's just usually not going to line up. Obviously, as we've mentioned already, Daniel and Shay have seemed to be able to, come to a common ground, even though there's an age discrepancy. But everybody else, like, you're most likely going to want to date someone that's around your age. It's just most likely going to happen. So Mila, I just felt as like, I don't know if she has a chance. And she's diverse. I was like, oh boy, I don't know. I don't know if she's going to work with who's left to choose.
Yeah, if Jonathan was there, I think they would have been a good match. Because they just seem
Jonathan?
like,
Was that the guy from last week? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was the guy from last week.
Oh yeah, him and her would have been all right?
They would look good together.
Yeah.
But they just have that older vibe. She's gorgeous. Just Jordan, like really Jordan. Anyway,
I know she didn't have nothing to pick from. It's just
nobody.
Terrible.
Hi, Jackson. So Jackson says, I know that I'm a little late. Did everyone hear about CBS dropped the show? I mean, the ratings were probably not good, and Paramount Plus, we're saying, could at least allow them to be a little bit more racy, a little bit more sexy, which might get a little more views. But I think that they can put something better in the time slot on primetime TV. Maybe even like a 2-hour Survivor, 2-hour Amazing Race, Sophie's also here as waving goodbye to the Love Boat. See you later on Paramount Plus. Sophie wants to know how many episodes they filmed before they moved it to Paramount Plus. So this week it's not on CBS anymore. It's already moved to Paramount Plus, or is this for future seasons?
No, it's starting this week.
Starting next week. Yeah. This week.
They removed it from the schedule.
Lineup.
Okay. Brutal. It must be doing very poorly. I figured it wouldn't make it too long. Yeah. We're trying. We're watching it. We're doing the best that we
can. I don't hate it. It has potential.
Yeah,
it has potential. It's just I can see people not getting into it. It needs help. So streaming is probably the better place for it. While you work out the kinks. It's definitely no Love is Blind first season. It's not even Married at First Sight first season. Those were eye-catching. I just think that they need to retool, but obviously that's not going to happen this season. But maybe potentially for next season if it does well on the streaming for Paramount Plus.
And it's still going to be weekly, or are they just going to put all the episodes up?
No, I think it's going to be weekly still, like every Wednesday still.
Same time.
And I think still at the same time. And I think maybe if they get another season, what'll work is just having all of the people that you're going to have already, and then the eliminated couples get off at the different ports instead of keep picking people up at different ports, and then give everybody an equal chance to see everybody, get to know everybody. And then when you do activities, have people in jeopardy of going home. And then, it could be like maybe a voting situation or whatever, or in last place. And you can drop people off, the eliminated people at the different stations, but stop picking up because they don't have enough time. It's like a day or two. And the people who've already been together for 4 days are not jeopardizing over somebody they know for 1 day. And, so just put everybody together at once and then drop off. I mean, it's just some things. It has potential. It really does. They just got to revamp it and work out the kinks.
Yeah, I agree. Sophie does think it wasn't a great idea to put Love Boat after Survivor before Amazing Race. It's not the same audience. It really isn't.
Audience.
Now CBS is going to put something random at 10 p.m. on Wednesdays to replace The Amazing Race. I wonder what they will put on.
Me too.
Curious. Maybe there is something that they want to actually push there. Maybe this was their plan all along. We never know. Sophie is agreeing with, I believe it was you, Tamika. Too bad they didn't debut The Real Love Boat in the summertime. They probably would have a better chance. Well, it was the summer of love, right? We were talking about a lot about love. They might have been able to have more viewership going on after Love Island, maybe, when people are in that kind of love mood. Or even, no, I guess it's 2 hours of Bachelor in Paradise, but like, it doesn't work to me with these competitive reality shows. It's not the same vibe, and it's not the same audience.
I
So
mean, even Love Island season 1, which was terrible, did well in the ratings because it was in the summer. So, I mean, if they had followed suit, considering you were kind of replacing Love Island with this show, you should have just premiered it in the summer, unless they had a contract with Love Island ITV that they couldn't debut a romance show in the summer. Then they screwed themselves.
But yeah, they definitely competing with the fall shows, the fall lineup. I don't think it was the move for this particular show. So how do you guys feel about this challenge? We're gonna have to rub down on all the men's bodies while they're blindfolded and they can't hear anything, and they're gonna have to sniff them. So check out their pheromones and their muscles. Did we like this challenge?
It's a typical reality TV love challenge. They do it on The Bachelorette. They do it on Love Island. They do it. So,
You made a little bit of a face, Tamika.
Not for me. I'm very
even as a Taurus.
I'm very particular about smells. I'm very particular because I have a lot of allergies. So it's like even somebody's cologne would set me off. And then I'm very particular about like smell. So yeah.
What if they smelled really good though?
If they smell good, it's fine. But even if you're smelling good is like using cologne, that's not like yeah. But if they're
make them run around and get all sweaty. No, I'm just kidding. They should have though.
Some of them were sweaty. But look like.
I don't mind sweat. Funny enough.
Really? Okay.
Can be a little bit. It's kind of intimate. I wouldn't have minded doing this challenge at all because, like, you could really tell. Like, some people are just like, "Oh, it's not my smell." Some people like not talking about cologne wise, but just like their own natural. And some people I'd be like, "Ooh, this is good. I'm into this." So I think it does actually show you something, which is interesting. So Jordan, we hear Jordan having a confessional talking about how he thinks that Mila looks like Angelina Jolie. We hear that Dean thinks that Sarah is gorgeous, so we're like, oh well, of course, like that's going to be the storyline for this episode as well. So those two, and then also the virgin conversation. We know for sure that this is what this episode is going to be about. And we learned that Marty has the best body chemistry out of everyone. I did want to hear, though, because we didn't hear all of everybody who they thought had the best chemistry, right? We only heard a couple people, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. The editing is weird. Like, you do these challenges and then you like edit it down to the point that it doesn't even, like, there's no payoff. I just, like, if you're gonna do a challenge, like, give me a payoff. The payoff can't be y'all talking in the suite about something that we already know you were gonna talk about. Like, it's not the payoff. It's just not.
Yeah.
And they didn't even show us that he asked her to go to the suite. They were at the table, right? When they were doing the talking. So seeing as how after that she told him she was a virgin, they didn't see him decide he wasn't going to ask her to go to the suite, or if he asked her and she turned him down. They just cut that part right on out. And that would have been interesting because of the fact that she just revealed she was a virgin. And then you say something about the suite, or you decide not to say something about the suite. They never even tackled that.
So before that, we have Kendra having sound bites being like, "Don't look at my man." I just like, okay, Kendra. It's like, sure, Kendra. Ezra is talking to new girls at the bar, and they, who caught your eye. Mila thinks that Jordan and Nathan are both cute. I'm like, toxic 1 and toxic 2. What are you talking about? I mean, I don't know if they're, well, Jordan, I think, could be toxic. Nathan, I don't think that he's adult
He
enough.
doesn't even have enough.
Nathan, though, is into Mila a little bit. And they're talking, and she says to him, like, I hate the gym, but I need it. And you saw, like, the blood just drain from his face, because like, you know that he is not into Alyssa because she wasn't great at whatever sport that they were playing. And so the fact that she's not into the gym, like, oh, she can't be a gym rat girlfriend with me. He's like, didn't even know what to do.
Because that's all his conversation consists of, honey. He don't have no substance. So if it's not the gym,
and then
what
they're
are we
touching
doing?
Hands. And Alyssa I think Alyssa sees that they're touching hands, and she's like jealous because he doesn't have any affection with her. I'm like, girl, he's not into you. Leave him alone. If she doesn't dump him next episode, I'm gonna be so frustrated. So over at the captain's table, they're talking to the captain, and he's about the challenge, and he's like, well, I only wanted to be touched by Emily. I was like, eye roll. Okay, fine. And so this is where she does tell him that she's still a virgin. So what you're saying is that they just completely omitted the whole talk about the card, the fantasy suite card. Like, because I forgot about it, and so you guys both just brought it up.
Yeah, they didn't even touch it, and it just would have been interesting to see whether or not he decided to even ask her about it, or if he did ask her about it, if she turned it down or not, or what did she say? I mean,
you want to know how the decision was made.
Yeah.
And was it just me, or did he seem disappointed that she was virgin? I know he said in his confessional that he's like, I'm going to go at Emily's pace, and he says to her that this, or I don't know if it was her or the confessional, that this is not a deal breaker. But when she said this, it felt like his face went like he was just like listening, and then he went like,
because that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened.
I feel like, not that it's a deal breaker, but I do think that because he's expressed that physical touch is his love language, and he wants to be intimate with his person, and wants to be affectionate and such, and then this is off the table for at least now. I know he wants to be supportive, and he doesn't want to look like that guy, but I think that he was disappointed by this, and I don't know. I think that his face said it a little bit differently than what he actually said.
Word.
Mm-hmm. Well, we came off a challenge where he just got rubbed down by like 7 women.
That's true.
And so it's kind of like you did that and then sent him to a room to get told that the person he likes out of all those women is a virgin. And this is the thing about being a virgin. That should not eliminate you from being able to meet your partner's love language, which for him is physical touch. So that like, I don't know if it's going to be therapy, I don't know, but it would take something for her to be able to meet what that means for him. I just don't think you should be Xing yourself out of not being able to touch your partner in intimate ways without having sex. And that takes maturity, which sounds to me like she might not have.
Or maybe she just completely shut herself off from like getting into any sort of intimate situations, just for the not wanting to be put in a situation where she'll have to say no, or you know what I mean? So maybe she just completely avoids intimate moments with people that are maybe not her boyfriend or a serious relationship. But like, I don't know, they could be cuddling and kissing. That's not so bad.
Exactly. That doesn't have anything to do with being a virgin, but some people are just the opposite. Like, their love language could be acts of service, and they don't like to be touched. So if you don't have the love language, whether you're a virgin or not, if that isn't your love language that you're able to give to that person, y'all aren't going to be a good fit. Because some people just don't like to be touched. Because people whose love language is physical touch sometimes. They want to touch you all the time. Like even if you're at the stove cooking and they come in the kitchen to go to the refrigerator, like they want to put their arm down your back or touch your, and you, even if you're getting off the couch, you go into the bathroom, they just want to touch you and you like, stop it, don't touch me all the time. So that's not anything to do with like if
You
you're
and your
virtually.
Tauruses just touching you all the time, huh? um, I,
That's
Definitely, I can understand that too. Like my love languages are acts of service and receiving gifts. Sorry, that's me. But I can be cuddly, and if somebody needs a little bit more of that, like I could definitely give it to them. And I think that what he's maybe asking for is not necessarily too much. Like I don't know, a little cuddle and a kiss. That's okay. Like
Yes.
that. I mean, that's what I think it's okay. Maybe she doesn't. But,
Now,
um,
I think it's okay as well. I just don't see what the issue is. But again, I think though it does take mature. I mean, because let's use Zeta and Timmy for example. She's celibate. They still have found ways to meet each other's physical
they
needs.
are so into each other, and
Right.
like,
Right.
Oof.
Does it make her
they,
question her celibacy? Absolutely. But if you're committed to that and you know that there's a purpose for it, the purpose will outweigh just a one nighter in bed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
but that, again, it takes maturity.
yeah,
Right.
they have like 5 years on Kendra, I believe,
Yeah.
maybe even more. So Mila can see Kendra looking on in a jealous way about her talking to Jordan. So after Kendra does go pull Jordan for a little bit of a chat, um, I think that what ended up happening with Jordan and Mila was Mila's very tall and Jordan's not very tall. And I did feel personally that they had a little bit more of a banter than I've seen really with Kendra, but I'm wondering if it's the height thing because Mila's a very, very tall woman. She seemed, I
That,
mean, she appeared to be about
that he didn't choose her
5'10".
or that,
Mhm.
I don't know. It came off a little motherly to me, but
Oh, that's possible. That's true. Um, So we see Matt and Ezra talking and they're setting up dates. So they're going to put Dean and Sarah on a date and they go and they do some magic tricks and they put Mila and Jordan on a date. And you hear Jordan say, like, oh, I was a little bit of a player back in the day. Once a player, always a player, right?
back in the day was last week.
Yeah,
Right.
it was like last episode. But Mila does think Jordan is sweet. And I'm like, okay, Mila. I don't.
He must have like the greatest personality because they've all said the same thing. Like even when Nicole was with him, oh, he's sweet, but she had her own hangups about his background, right?
Mhm.
Kendra doesn't seem to have those hangups. She just, she also sees his she's just watching out for it because again
Mhm.
she took him from somebody.
Mhm.
Mila, same thing, because my whole thing is I when looking at them I'm like this is a no-go, no-go, but she still came out of it like, oh, maybe he'll choose me. I'm like, sorry.
Well, Nicole doesn't think that her and Dean are going to be kissing, and then obviously we're going to cut to him kissing Miss Sarah like on their date. And watching them kiss, I was not into it at all. I was like, I would not want to get a kiss from Dean. Sorry, Dean. Um, but
I
it's
hope
like,
she jumps him next week. Sorry.
of course, of course.
Uh,
That's what we want to be happen. We do see Shay and Daniel dancing, which I thought was a very cute moment. Why can't we have
Mhm.
this couple? I
Yeah,
like a little bit more,
that
hmm.
was.
but that's it. But they do have like the almost boyfriend and girlfriend talk, so like we're not boyfriend and girlfriend
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
but it seems like it's going to be something that's on the horizon. So
Yeah.
wouldn't it be really nice if they go on this whole season journey together? We do see in the next preview that someone kind of comes in for her and is
Hmm.
like her his queen. I feel like Daniel and her will prevail because they've spent so much time together at this point.
Me too.
Wouldn't it be nice if they got to the end? He asked her to be his boyfriend and girlfriend, and they win the show. I'll take that.
Yes, that would be amazing. That's the only thing keeps me going.
Yeah.
With that hope. They're the only ones that I really connect to right now. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm continuing to watch and I want to, but Emily and Marty are so dry.
Right.
Like I do know that they're committed to each other and I see that they really like each other, so I respect that. But they're just so dry. And then the other couples just can't get right. So to me, her and Daniel are the only ones that I feel like have all the components, and I'm just like, yay, I want love to prevail. I want them to win.
So we see the boys chat before the sail away ceremony. They talk about, oh, we kiss. This is Dean. We also, in the girls chat, we hear that they kiss. And so Nicole is feeling a little bit of a type of way because like she hasn't kissed him yet. And like, he's just not that into you, Nicole. You knew that, and you should definitely not have kept him last week. You should have maybe tried with somebody that was interested in you and interested in a
Right.
relationship. Kendra does mention that she has Jordan on a leash, and I think she was trying to be funny and have like kind of like a girl, like I'm a girl, like I got him on a leash, and like Mila just clocks her and just is like, I don't think you should put your man on a leash. Like I think that you should allow him to be free. And I think Mila is correct here. But then we learn, though, at the end of the episode that that's what Jordan likes, is being on that leash. And so I think they're perpetuating toxicity, to be honest.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I'm a dog, so she needs to put me on a leash. Because he considers himself like a reformed playboy, like a dog. So it's like, oh, I need a girl who's going to be territorial and have me on a leash. They like that. That's why he picked her, because that's what he liked. They're both in that.
It works
is
for
speaking
some,
of
it
mature
doesn't work
love.
for others. Yeah, I mean, these two are not mature, but it does work. You see that's what will change certain people's behaviors, is because they have somebody who is like, you're not going to do this to me. I'm going to be watching you, and the minute that you screw me over, we're done. And that seems to be what he needs. I don't think he was getting that with Nicole. With Nicole, she was just like
letting him do
with
whatever he
him
wants
because
to.
with him because he could just basically do whatever he wants. And we see what happens with Nicole at the end. So
Yeah.
We learned that Nathan clearly sees Alyssa as a friendship, and that he's wondering if maybe he should switch for Mila. And Jordan was kind of feeling a little bit of a little type of way about him saying that he might switch to Mila, which was interesting. So we get to the sail away ceremony. No surprise, Marty gets to choose first for winning that pheromone challenge, and he chooses Emily. Dean chooses Sarah. We pretty much saw that coming, that he was not going to choose Nicole. Daniel chooses Shay, expected. Jordan, I wasn't sure, but chooses Kendra. The reason why I wasn't sure, just because I did feel like they had, they're speaking in their own languages, and she speaks Italian as well, and teaching how to say like "you're beautiful" in Italian. Like I thought they had a few little moments, and he seemed to be a little bit real. I find that he puts on a little bit of a facade of like a character when he's with Kendra and some of the other women. And I just felt that I saw a bit of the real him when he was with Mila. But I also can agree with you, Mika, that she did have a little more of a motherly vibe with him. I can agree with that. But I just felt he was a little more real. So I wasn't sure if he was going to pick her or not. But he doesn't. He picks Kendra because he wants to be on that leash. And then Nathan does surprise me a little bit because he chooses Alyssa. He doesn't like the woman.
Right.
Go ahead.
I literally was sitting here like, what if he picks Nicole? That's how much I was not sure what he was going to do.
Nobody was. Even Marty was like saying to Emily, like, we don't even know what he's going to do.
Right.
I literally was like, what if he chooses Nicole for a friendship? Like, because that is how much I was just like, I can see him doing any one of them for real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So true, so true. So Nicole and Mila are gone. I thought that Mila had a really nice parting message.
Yeah.
She's a kind person. She's like seeing you guys all here with the connections that you've already been forming. She wants to see them continue to form those connections. So she didn't take it badly at all.
Right.
And Nicole, I don't remember what she said, but she said some nice parting words as well.
Yeah.
Um, and they're going to be going to Naples next. And Jerry and Rebecca are singing at the end, dancing. They're cute. They sell the show for me.
They are
Um,
cute.
They definitely are. I love them as the host. I think they're probably the brighter spots of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, no, they need to retool some of this.
mhm.
And don't know exactly how they're going to retool it. There's a lot of options, but I definitely think they need to retool.
Mary says CBS doesn't get how to make reality dating shows. Love Island USA isn't trash enough like the US or Australia. It's true, and that's probably why they moved to Peacock, is so that they can be a little bit more like the UK and Australia, who are a lot less reserved and a little bit more open in their expressions of love, we'll say.
And they've done really well with their move. So it was a
Yeah,
smart decision.
I definitely like it better on this on that network for sure.
Mhm.
Season yes isn't known for dating shows. That's true. Unless I don't remember back in the day when they had like I don't know Love Connection and Blind Date and all those type of different
Was that
shows.
Love Connection on there or
I don't know. I'm
NBC?
not sure. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
remember.
Uh, I think it's on NBC.
They're definitely not known for love shows. They're definitely known for like
Game
scripted
shows.
game
Hmm.
shows and scripted TV shows,
Hmm.
from what
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
remember.
Hmm.
And then obviously Survivor and The Amazing Race and Big Brother. But
Yeah.
Which is why Love Island really kind of worked because it's both a game show and a romance. Like it's a competition where you kind of forget in the middle that there's a competition, but then at the end you're like, oh yeah, there's a $100,000 at the end, and then it's just like they squandered it because they well, apparently Zeta said that this season is the season they brought in the ITV producers, that the other seasons were not mostly ITV producers, and I thought it was more because she was saying, she thought it wasn't as good of a show, but they wanted to cut the order first to keep it on CBS, and ITV was like, no, we'll just send it someplace else because that doesn't make any sense. And we see like it wouldn't have made any sense to cut the order of Love Island. With this show, I think it has potential because especially if you're still going to do that where you could get money at the end or whatever you're going to give them at the end, you just have to make it so people want to see somebody win at the end. Right now there's only one couple I care if they get to the end.
mhm.
That's not making a show.
Right. Exactly.
Sophie says Big Brother and The Amazing Race do have some romances on the show a lot better than The Bachelor. And this is
Mhm.
true, but it's when people are staying together for a long period of time that they
Right.
develop these connections. And that's one thing that we are saying that the Love Boat isn't allowing for people to have time together in order to make connections. And so that's why original couples are staying together and not taking chances on a new couple because they don't know them as long as they know that they're their current partners. So
Right.
Exactly.
they need more time, more dates, more
Yeah.
group dates, more activities to
More
get to know each
connection,
other.
more
Mhm.
connection between each other. Because even I said, with Joseph and Taylor, they just went on their cruise
Right.
from Big Brother. They weren't together in the house. They were like friendship, maybe more.
Mhm.
They came out. They're on a cruise. I would have rather watched them be on the Love Boat, like an actual Love Boat special
Oh my
than
god.
this.
Right.
Maybe it's gonna be at the end. You never know.
I, I'm
Oh,
hoping.
what if they are recording them? Because remember, she
They
was like,
better
"I'm
be.
not gonna be, I'm not gonna be on my phone. I'm gonna be relaxed."
Yeah, they
Ooh,
better be. If they don't, if they will fumble the bag if they do not record them.
because
Well,
think
they
about it. Think about it. The winner of the Love Boat could also be on there this week. Because remember, that was a part
Mhm.
of the prize too.
Right.
So both couples could be on there, and they
hmm.
could be recording and making a special.
I don't know if they could get away with it though, because there's actually other people watching them on the ship, so it would get outed. But that would be, again, it would be all great ideas. Like,
Right.
hello, Real Love Boat special.
Right.
I
Real
don't know
love
what
boat
they were thinking if they do not do this.
I didn't know that there was any other thought. What's the point of having them win a trip on the Love Boat if they're not going to actually be part of the season of the Love Boat? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So Mary wants to know if maybe casting all gay, lesbian, bi, pan people, if this would make it more interesting. I don't know if CBS would do that justice.
CBS wouldn't even let Love Island explore that stuff on
A little
camera.
bit too prude.
They sent it all to Paramount when it was happening, and they wouldn't allow it. What, season 1, season 2, there was barely any of it, and then season 3, when there was it, they made sure to cut it and put it on Paramount. So no.
Was it on Peacock? Wasn't it on Peacock?
No. Season 3, they split the show between CBS and
Yeah,
Peacock.
Monday was Paramount Plus, and it would have like not unseen bits, but like it was unaired stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what they did was, most of it is like Cash and Leanne kissing each other, Shannon and somebody else. They made sure to cut all of that and send it, all the racy stuff, to Paramount Plus. And that's what
okay. I do remember it being split. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
what they used to cut down the order of it in prime time. So then what they wanted to do is season 4, just cut it totally, not have it streaming, and do a short order on CBS. And ITV was like, nah.
Just have it on Peacock, all of it. And then that's what they did for season 4. Okay.
Yes.
So Mary wants to know if season 4 of the Love Island USA is good. I say it's the best season of Love Island in the US.
The best.
100%. And it is in the top 4, I believe, if we're including it with the UK. So I think that it's a very good season. I enjoy the people on it, and
great cast.
Me too.
I would definitely, I would suggest watching it. It's very, very, very good.
Yeah.
Jackson says, I feel like The Real Love Boat would have done well on Netflix. There's so many mediocre dating shows on there, like Dating and Related and The Ultimatum.
I watched The Ultimatum, Jackson. I did not watch Dated and Related.
I watched the first episode of Dated and Related.
What was the concept of that?
You're dating, and
you're dating in front of your siblings.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
What in the West Virginia? No,
it wasn't good, so I didn't watch anymore. I watched The Ultimatum. It was okay. I liked the show better and then the reunion, I think, ruined the whole show for me.
The reunion was wild.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like where the couples were, and so it just, and yeah. So, do you agree though? Do you think that it would have done well on Netflix?
I mean, I don't know who produces Dating and Related, but The Ultimatum is the same people that produced MAFS and Married at First Sight and Love is Blind.
Love is Blind, because that's another Nick and Vanessa show, right? The Ultimatum. I mean, it would have done better on Netflix of the aspect that we could have been done with it already. We would have had all the episodes and dropped at one time, and then, you know what I mean, and then we could have
these recaps. Yeah.
Yes, I mean that's one good start.
2 at a time. Hi, Ella. So these recaps are basically why I'm powering through this season. Thank you, us too.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Only maybe 4 people who I get the casting choices. I do enjoy the host, but I've been a Jerry fan since Scream 2. Fair. Very fair. Well, thank you for watching, because we do them for you guys, for sure. Hi, Luna. Thank you for joining us. We're kind of wrapping up here, but any thoughts about The Real Love Boat? Dating Related was a waste of an amazing host. Absolutely.
Who was the host?
Who was the host?
Melinda from What to Handle. That's all it had
going for it.
She was good, though.
I'm not a fan of her personally, but yeah.
So Dating Related was a show where siblings were wingmen. It was horrible. I watched one episode. Exactly. I'm with you, Jackson.
Oh. Mm.
Only watch Dating Related for Melinda. Exactly. I like The Ultimatum more than Love is Blind.
Really? I like Love is Blind
Wait,
better.
what season have you watched of Love is Blind? Because I mean, if you didn't watch season 1,
Season 1 was a good season. Don't get swayed by season 2. Season 1 was a good season.
Season 3, I've watched a bit of it. It's okay.
And I've watched Love is Blind Brazil. I've watched Love is Blind Japan. I've liked all versions of it, to be honest. So
wait, what? What is it really? Which one?
Which part?
What is it really?
What?
I'm not sure what you mean, Luna. I feel like The Real Love Boat could have been a streaming show in the first place. Yeah, they probably should have just gone straight there. But I think they wanted to hopefully try to bring viewerships over. So if it was a planned move, maybe it was like, let's get people eyeballs on it, people talking about it, and then let's move them onto a platform and hopefully people will go along with it. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was part of their strategy.
Yeah.
And I think they really believe in Jerry. And like you said,
Anna, sorry, season 2.
Oh,
compared to season 1.
Oh no, you have to watch the
Season
first
1's
one.
good.
No,
Season 1
no.
was good.
Yes, you have to watch the first one.
Go watch season 1 and then watch After the Altar. Like, you got to watch season 1.
The one, yes.
Otherwise, what we're saying to you, absolutely, I agree with you. Makes no sense.
Right, exactly. You got to watch season 1. That's what drew us all in. That's why we're still dedicated. Yes, you got to watch season 1.
Season 2 is people knew how successful season 1 was, and they're coming on with a different agenda, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Season 1 was just like people like, what's this new show? Let's be completely real. We don't know that it's going to be successful. Like, I felt that there was a lot more integrity, and people were interested in finding love, and I felt really real and not doing it for social media clout. And so, watch season 1. It's definitely, I think, great. Love It Blind is so good. Season 3 is so messy, but I love it. I haven't gotten to all the mess yet, but
I haven't finished my reviews. It is so messy, but it's so good.
Dating Related is not great. I am not recapping Love is Blind, but Miss TJoy is. So you're putting together videos, or are you doing live?
No, I'm putting together videos.
Nice. Okay, well, make sure you go and follow her on Miss TJoy's channel so you can catch her recaps over there as well. Oh, that as about a Married at First Sight production being the same as Love Island and The Ultimatum.
Yes, Kinetic Productions produces all of that and Claim to Fame on ABC.
I love Claim to Fame.
But you still, just to see the love stories unfold. I know you got the spoilers, but I'm telling you, even if you just go back to just to see it unfold for yourself, I think you still would like it.
Yeah, watch
it. Season 2 is not good. So like, and the only reason why people watch season 2 is because they were on the journey for season 1. So having spoilers, knowing who's together and who's not together, I don't think actually tells the story of what happened throughout the entire season.
I mean, even knowing one of those couples that's still together, just the fact that they're still together is, to me, still, people forget about them being together, but
I know, because they're not on social media as much. But the fact that they are still holding strong, I'm like, wow. Yeah.
And how they got there is
I think The Real Love Boat debuted at the worst time and debuted in 2020. Probably would have lasted longer. Actually, yeah, that too.
I agree. Definitely pandemic.
You'll watch it though. Okay, good. Let us know.
Good. And then you can watch season 3 and then come on my channel and let's look at the reviews.
Yay. Somebody feels bad for Jerry O'Connell and his wife for stepping on a sinking ship, literally, I guess. They're getting paid probably a lot of money, so I think
Are
they
they
don't
getting a
care.
producer credit? I don't even look at the
I
credits.
haven't looked at the credits. I'll
Yeah,
look and
yeah,
see for next time.
yeah.
I think that's why they were sold on the show, because of them. I think, their belief in Jerry from being on the talk, and just him just having a great personality anyway, a great host. And I think, like we said, they're the bright spot. So I think that's the reason why I probably even got done in the first place and got the spot that they got. But they got to do better casting.
Hmm. Well, that's pretty much it for this week's recap. Do you have anything going on, either of you, that you would like to share with the people?
Just my podcast is still going strong. Episode 5 debuts tomorrow. So if you're not following, I'm on Anchor FM, and then you can link to all the different podcast platforms, and also stream the visuals on YouTube for anybody who likes visual podcasts. I've been getting great feedback. Doing this still, doing Bachelor in Paradise. I've been doing as much content as I can. I have a lot of shows I need to keep up with that might not happen till the fall, winter. And also look out for my list of movies, holiday movies that are starring people of color. I'll be working on that week to put out hopefully by the end of the week.
So Luna says, has this show, this has watching this show made y'all want to go on a cruise because it's a dating commercial at this point? Well, Tamika, you do organize this. Is it possible? I'm just asking you this for the first time, to create like some sort of special to like so people can maybe like go on a cruise. Like I don't know in what capacity you could maybe create a package or something like that. But
Oh,
like,
I
is
could
that
absolutely
something?
do that if I have enough people who want to go on a cruise. I can definitely create a group
I wonder if we can
cruise.
try to like make something.
Sure,
Yeah,
Like
that
sure.
would be fun.
an
I love
offer.
cruises. I love
I've never been on
cruises.
a cruise before. And I have some
Um,
of my friends are on a cruise this week. They just left, and they know Matt, the cruise director. They've been on many cruises with him and stuff like that. So
That's awesome. He really is. So, like, if you are in the cruise industry, you do know Matt. He's absolutely a really great personality in cruising. And so we actually, I don't know if Matt's still doing Carnival or he's just strictly on Princess right now because of the Love Boat. But we can also see if there's a cruise that Matt is on, and see if we could go on that one. But absolutely, I could create a cruise for us to go on. I
Fun.
love cruising. So even this morning, Taylor posted a picture of her, and it said "at sea," and it's the sun, like, and it is the best feeling. Like just watching, it's like, oh, just take me
When you
there.
on
Like,
your balcony, yes, girl.
yes, that's what I said. I
When you
told
order
somebody
your room
today.
service, and you order
Yes,
your room service, it
I
is
told
the
somebody
best.
today that's why I always book a balcony, because
Yep,
I love that feeling of just being out on the ocean and like just feeling, seeing it's amazing. So
it's amazing.
absolutely, I love cruising. So this show doesn't do much for my cruising bug either way. I mean, even trying to find love because they ain't putting together too much on here. So
okay, so maybe we'll put together a link to see if there's any people interested, and we could
mhm.
see gather some interest and see if we could maybe put something together and like maybe
For the
organize a cruise for
spring,
the
yeah,
spring.
for the
Yeah.
spring, yeah, that would be very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely I'll put up a link at some point, but if you want to comment or mention that you are interested in maybe going on a cruise in the spring, please let us know, because maybe we'll just make that happen for all of us. Miss
That
TJ,
would
do you
be
want to share
great.
anything?
Oh, well, just to be on the lookout for the Love is Blind videos on my channel.
Sweet.
That's it. That's it.
And obviously make sure you follow this channel as well as these two ladies' channels. Like this video, leave a comment, A, if you're interested in maybe going on a cruise in the spring, and B, do you think that they are going to show Taylor and Joseph content at
They
the end
better.
of this season? What do
Had
you think?
better.
They
That would
told
be great.
They absolutely better. So yeah, let us know your thoughts about this episode. Let us know if you want to go on a cruise with us. Let us know all the tea, and we will be back next week to see if anything different happened since it moves over to Paramount Plus. All right, see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.